Hey everyone, we're the Hatch Homes Group. Thanks for joining us on our market update. And today we have, kind of heavy numbers because we're doing a good old fashioned market update. The regional multiple listing report has come out and we really analyze that every month that it comes out. So since this is really heavy numbers and you're probably looking on your small screens, there is a way to download all the information that we're talking about. So please feel free to download it for free and remember to like and subscribe.
Let's have a look at this first table of numbers. This is all the activity in Portland by area, by the Portland metro area, by city and area. And we just pulled out a few numbers here. First of all, new listings. Where are the new listings happening? Well, the big market leader is Southeast Portland, 329 new listings. West Portland, above 300. So these are the two areas where there's the most listing activity. And then some interesting numbers here with pending sales. We looked at pending sales this year versus last year, the same period. And we see negative 22.8% in Northwest Washington County, outer areas of Northwest Portland. We've seen a drop in pending listings, but you can also see that there's less listings there. So there's like a throttling happening there. And the same with Hillsborough. I think, Michelle, you're finding problems in Hillsborough, aren't you? With
yeah, I mean, continuing with the trend, and we'll talk a little bit more about as we go, but they go in like 3 days because when one comes up,
yeah,
they come.
So there's a throttling, just desperate need for listings.
Yeah, actually, I saw an agent post a picture of her at a new construction in the Washington County area for new construction in the like 900s, and they were only releasing it on like a lottery because they only had a few homes to release, but they had a line just out the door. So that really represents what we're feeling in these numbers.
And the demand, right?
Yeah, huge demand, not very much.
Yeah. So let's talk about new listings though. They're on trend in a lot of ways, except you can see from this graph this year, it started lower than the previous 2 years, but man, that jumped really fast and quickly. It spiked up, and hopefully looking at this graph, we can see that trend continue to go up.
I think it's, a lot of people think, oh, there's just no listings, but as this graph shows, there actually is the same number of listings as in the past 2 years. It's just
actually even just a tiny bit more, and you can see as we go seasonally and we change, like we go into the summer and spring months, we see that trend continuing to go up.
Right.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see what this graph looks like in like 2 or 3 months from now.
Exactly. Let's look at the pendings. So yeah, same thing with the pendings. It starts a little bit lower than 2021, but it immediately trends up like it did in 2020, is where last year it started trending down. So I know it doesn't go very far yet, but I think it's going to end up going just like 2021. There's just a lot more people ready to go. So it comes on the market and someone's just there waiting.
And especially as we start getting into a new normal, things are coming out of the pandemic, and we'll probably see that spike quite a bit, I hope, as well.
Hopefully.
So let's talk about price with that as well.
Yeah, sales price. One thing I found interesting here is that if you look at the past few months, we've seen a dip in the average price, but a jump in the median price. Usually they're fairly close, but past month or two there's a difference. And what that's indicating to me is that there's more activity happening in prices above the average. So we're getting more higher end activity that's affecting the difference between the medium and the average.
That completely makes sense. And I will say that one thing to notice on these graphs is that when you get to late summer or early fall, the average and median price does go down. So we see that specifically the past 4 years, that a lot of buyers that feel frustrated in the spring, they feel priced out. Maybe there's always like this sweet spot during that time. So if I would just say, don't give up. Like if you're a buyer and you don't find something in the next few months, don't feel like it's hopeless, like there will be a time. I know it.
Yes, it starts to level off, right?
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the condo market. We actually, we know a lot about condos, and we have a great website called portlandcondomania.com. So actually you can click here and go to it and you can search different condo buildings. And with that said, we've sold a lot during the pandemic. And when you look at the green, which is the active listings, and you look at the blue, which is the closed sales, you'll see that there was a huge difference between active listings and closed sales throughout the pandemic. And now, even though we're not super like a lot more closed sales, we have less competition. So that's good for our sellers. And it just shows that the condo market is picking up. It's more fluid. And that's what was that?
I have felt that like there just needs to be they're moving a little faster.
Yeah.
An opportunity for sellers. So.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love this slide. So this is, I wanted to show something a little bit positive. I mean, we're all concerned that prices are so high. Well, buyers are. And we're at over $500,000 for the medium sales price, $525,000 for medium sales price. But see how this compares with, so I pulled some stats from Seattle, $850,000 is a medium sales price right now. San Francisco, 1.1 million. San Diego, 849. Los Angeles, 949. And I'm currently in Palm Springs, so I looked at Palm Springs, a lot of activity down here, small place, but 959 for the medium sales price. So we're a lot better off than some of these, than all these other areas in many areas.
I think that kind of goes along with like the sense of demand that we're feeling here, because there are, I mean, as many people who say that people are moving out, there's still plenty of people moving in because of that affordability factor, I think.
Yeah.
So
but those markets are still hot. Every single one of those, like people are, it's competitive down there, even with those average prices or medium prices.
Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. And if you are interested in talking about any of these slides with us, remember, you can reach out anytime, and remember to like and subscribe, and have a great week.
See ya.